Welcome to Simple, episode 11. And since we're on episode 11, I figured, why the heck not? Let's just throw it up. This is it. We're talking about perfectionism, okay? Not everything has to be perfect. This is my message. It's more like a rant. It's just simple math here. I've made a cartoon, I've done writing. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make stuff not perfect, okay? And I am someone who lets perfectionism take hold of me and grip me and put me in a hold to the point where I'm not doing anything, which is really bad when it comes to timing for your cartoon or your work ethic. I will write a story and then I'll be like, well, that wasn't good enough. And then I'll stop. And it's like I just didn't feel good about it. I didn't feel great about the story, but then I'll go back and I'll read it and I'll be like, what was I doing? Why did I stop? This is beautiful. This is beautiful writing and I would love it. And I read it and I'm just like, gosh darn it. You can go and come back, okay? You can write things. If you have a moment where there's like even the slightest bit of doubt, don't delete what you've done. I swear to you, just stop, save it if you have to. If you're really like getting in a grumpy mood and you're like, this isn't working out, you can stop and you can come back to it and then see what you're doing different. For me, I sometimes it takes a week for me to like really mentally balance the thoughts. If it's really frustrating to me, that is, because sometimes I have to like cool off a little bit. I get a little frustrated with the actual work ethic. So like it's not like an anger, it's just like I keep drawing something and then it won't come out the way I wanted it to. And then I'm like, no, not good. Delete, 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 delete. When probably the first or fourth time could have been good. I just was really stuck that I wanted it one way or another. You kind of have to go Bob Ross with it. Everything you're doing when you're working on a creative project is art. So, you know, you accidentally dab a piece of paint. Maybe it's a beautiful piece of bush or tree or leaf. Like, he just rolls with the punches. And that's kind of what he's teaching you. You got to do that. You got to Bob Ross all your creative projects. Sometimes I'm writing and, or even just like bullet point quickly, like making like where the story's going to go. And I'll write the ending, I'll write the beginning, I'll write the middle, and then I look at it later because I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But then I'll look and I'll be like, actually, somehow my brain connected it. Like, the brain is a funny thing. Like, if you're really putting time and effort into this stuff, you'll look at your stuff and you'll be like, this didn't make sense. And sometimes you'll find out that, like, you can just go from there. There's no wrong answer because it's your project. I think that that's a really good example because you just kind of flow, kind of like this podcast. Okay, like if you're if if you're looking at what I'm doing currently, if you're like, okay, he's just living his life, he's walking through his house, he's doing things, I'm cleaning dishes, I'm sweeping. I'm basically doing chores while I do this podcast. I'm trying to multitask and do what I love. Okay? I'm turning my time into a valuable moment because I'm getting something I want and I'm doing something I need. That's not something you can do every single time because there are obviously some moments in life where you're just going to be faced with the choice of like it's one or the other. Or maybe you're dying of boredom, or maybe you just really don't feel like working, or you could be deathly ill. You're like, I need to go lay down because I have a superb fever. Okay? No one is blaming you for that. No one says you have to work through that. Sure, you might want to work on the day that you planned it, but maybe that's just time and destiny telling you that like this is it. This is fate. Like I'm going to do this. And if you find yourself working through that and like, oh, I have 105 or a 112-degree fever, whatever. And you're sitting there and you're typing at your computer and good stuff is coming out and you're proud of what you wrote after, like you go back and you read it, then even better. But it was meant to be at that point, I think. But I don't know. You have to you have to really have drive and know what you're doing and know what you want and sit down and just breathe. You keep it simple, you breathe. You keep it simple, you breathe. And simple is what this podcast is all about. Even though not all of the podcasts come out as simple as I want them to, maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. You know, you say what you need to say and you do what you need to do, and then you put it up, and there's no editing involved. It's just a simple, I'm just talking. Like there's there's really there's no pauses. There's just simple talk post. I try to keep it within 10 minutes and entertain everybody. That's where we are. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. These videos might support my lifestyle as an animator someday, and that's the biggest hope I can have. Like that's what drives me right now, okay? The idea that I'm helping someone but also getting something that I need too. Like it's the double work ethic that I always talk about. That you would like I can do this and sweep the floor. And I can't vacuum because that would be way too noisy in the background, but I'm living my life. I'm not eating, I'm not like chewing in the microphone while I'm doing all this stuff. But we really have like a good balance. And I think that's important for everybody. So, like, when you hear things in the background, just know that, like, I'm doing the best I can, and you can too. Like, there's no stipulations on how you have to work and how you have to reach a dream. You're, you're your only obstacle. So, okay, I know there are other obstacles in life, but the best thing you can do for yourself is you pause, you breathe, you know. I'm not saying there aren't like rules and laws. Like it's not like you can just go build a log cabin if that's your dream. You'd have to buy a plot of land because legally you have to own the land and things like that. But, you know, you'd get the money, you go buy a plot of land, you pay the taxes, you do all the whatever it takes to get the land. You're the entity that has to make reality possible for yourself. And I think that's a beautiful thing, which is just, I don't know, it's just the idea of actually achieving something or helping someone achieve stuff really feels good to me. And I am doing nothing other than speaking in a microphone, but hopefully I can motivate you. Hopefully I can help you because if you've come here, this is really just a speech about, not giving up and trying to do your best and really not holding yourself to a standard that you have to be stuck in one puddle of mud. If you're writing something and you're stuck and you just need to get out and like go for a walk, do it. Go for a walk, come back, write again. You don't have to be sitting at the desk cranky. You just need a little like reset. Okay? Get a juice box, man. You know what I mean? There's not It doesn't have to be a juice box, it could be soda, but you get what I'm talking about. Because everybody has those moments. Everybody's stuck once in a while. You can do it. I don't know who you are, but you found me. You found Brian. And hopefully you can find a way to keep it simple.